Listen closely, because what you're about to hear has the entire internet holding its breath tonight. Overnight, timelines exploded, group chats froze, and fans everywhere started asking one dangerous question. Did a leaked jailhouse call just flip everything we thought we knew about the Mo3 case? According to unverified audio spreading like wildfire online, a voice allegedly connected to Yella Beezy sounds panicked, shaken, and far more nervous than anyone expected. The words fans claim they hear are chilling, confusing, and loaded with fear. Fans are shocked, emotions ran high, and speculation turned into obsession within hours. In this dramatized, rumor-fueled narrative lighting up reaction channels, the caller hints that something went wrong, that the hit wasn't supposed to happen like that. No official confirmation exists, no audio has been authenticated, and no charges have changed. But that hasn't stopped the internet from connecting dots, dragging up old interviews, and replaying moments that suddenly feel different. Behind the scenes, phones are allegedly ringing, inner circles are growing quiet, and loyalty is being tested in real time. Supporters are divided, critics are relentless, and one question hangs heavy in the air. If this leak is partially true, who's panicking now? The moment the alleged jailhouse audio started circulating, everything shifted. Fans woke up confused, bloggers went into overdrive, and reaction channels smelled blood in the water. In this dramatized version of events making the rounds online, the call didn't sound confident or calculated. It sounded rushed, shaky, like someone realizing too late that a door they slammed years ago was suddenly cracking back open. People claimed the voice kept repeating that things went left, and that none of this was supposed to spiral the way it did. Whether real or fake, the energy alone had people uneasy. Within hours, Yella Beezy's name was trending for all the wrong reasons. Supporters jumped online to defend him, saying the audio was AI, edited, or straight up fabricated by clout chasers chasing views. But critics weren't buying it. They pointed out how quiet his camp suddenly became. No jokes, no posts, no dismissive laughs, just silence. And in the rap world, silence is never accidental. Fans are shocked not just by the rumors, but by the way the mood changed overnight. According to the dramatized narrative spreading through rap media circles, Beezy was allegedly caught off guard when he found out the call leaked. One insider claimed his phone kept buzzing nonstop, name after name lighting up the screen. Friends asking questions. Associates demanding reassurance. Family members panicking about what this could mean. The story says he locked himself away, pacing, replaying the same clips, asking the same question over and over. Who let this out? Meanwhile, Mo3's supporters felt a different kind of emotion rising. Anger, mixed with grief, that never fully healed. For them, this wasn't gossip or entertainment. It was a wound reopening. Online, some fans claimed the audio confirmed what they had believed all along. Others warned against jumping to conclusions, reminding everyone how often false narratives have destroyed lives. Still, emotions ran high, and timelines became battlegrounds of accusation versus denial. In this exaggerated retelling, Beezy is said to have called a close friend late that night. The conversation, as fans imagine it, was tense. "I told you this wouldn't come back on me," he allegedly snapped. The friend reportedly tried to calm him down, saying the internet moves fast but forgets faster. That didn't help. Panic doesn't respond to logic, especially when your name is tied to something this heavy. The fear wasn't just about public perception. It was about consequences no amount of fame could shield him from. Behind the scenes, the story suggests lawyers were contacted, statements were drafted then scrapped, and every possible move was debated. Should he speak out? Should he stay quiet? One wrong sentence could feed the fire. One denial could be twisted into a confession. The family was left divided, with some urging him to clear his name immediately, while others begged him to disappear until the noise died down. At the same time, blogs began pulling old clips, old interviews, and half-forgotten social media posts. Every laugh, every lyric, every past beef was suddenly re-examined under a harsh new light. Fans replayed old footage frame by frame, asking if the signs were always there. In this dramatized universe, Even Beezy's past smiles were questioned. Was that confidence? Or was it someone who thought he'd gotten away with something? Mo3's loved ones were also dragged back into the storm. According to online chatter, family members were flooded with messages, some supportive, others cruel. One imagined scene describes a relative staring at their phone, tears forming, whispering that the truth always finds a way out. Whether that truth exists or not didn't matter to the internet. The narrative had momentum, and momentum doesn't wait for facts. As night turned into morning, the pressure only intensified. Reaction channels dissected every rumor, adding dramatic pauses and ominous music. Comment sections filled with theories, timelines, and wild speculation. Fans argued fiercely, friendships were tested, and lines were drawn. To some, Beezy was being framed. To others, the panic said everything words didn't. And somewhere in the middle of this chaos, the alleged call kept playing on loop, each listen fueling more debate. Was that fear in the voice? Regret? Or just someone exhausted by years of rumors catching up all at once? No one truly knew. But in this sensationalized retelling, one thing was clear. The story was no longer controllable. The internet had taken it, twisted it, and turned it into something bigger than anyone involved. And if this was only the beginning, the fallout hadn't even come close to its peak yet. As the noise grew louder, the story online took on a life of its own. In this exaggerated, rumor-driven narrative, the leaked call wasn't just audio anymore. It became a symbol. Fans claimed it explained years of tension, unexplained moves, and moments that never quite made sense. Reaction videos multiplied by the hour, each creator adding their own twist, slowing down the audio, zooming in on imaginary pauses, insisting they heard panic where others heard distortion. Fans are shocked at how fast speculation turned into certainty for some people. In this dramatized version, Yella Beezy is said to have felt the walls closing in. Every notification felt heavier than the last. Friends who used to joke suddenly spoke in careful tones. One imagined exchange describes him asking, "Why everybody sound nervous now?" and getting silence in return. That silence hit harder than any accusation. It wasn't just the internet talking anymore, it was the energy around him changing. Meanwhile, industry insiders, at least the ones bloggers claim to have sources from, started whispering that this leak reopened doors no one wanted reopened. Old alliances felt shaky. Past favors suddenly felt like liabilities. According to the online narrative, one former associate allegedly distanced himself overnight, unfollowing accounts and deleting photos without explanation. Fans noticed immediately. Screenshots circulated. Why now? People asked. What changed? Emotions ran high on Mo3's side as well. In this fictionalized retelling, friends and extended family gathered privately, not for interviews, but for clarity. Some wanted to ignore the noise entirely, saying the truth didn't need the internet's approval. Others felt this was the closest thing to answers they'd ever get. One imagined moment shows a family member saying, "If this is fake, why does it feel so real?" That question echoed across comment sections everywhere. As the days passed, the pressure allegedly pushed Beezy's camp toward internal conflict. One version of the story claims heated arguments broke out behind closed doors. Advisors pushed different strategies, voices rising, tempers flaring. Say something now, one side urged. If you wait, it looks worse. The other side warned that talking could turn rumors into headlines forever. The family was left divided, caught between fear and reputation. Online, fans dissected Beezy's past moves with surgical intensity. Lyrics were quoted out of context. Old beefs were revived like unfinished business. People argued over whether certain lines were metaphorical or confessional. In this dramatized world, even unrelated incidents were suddenly framed as pieces of a larger puzzle. The internet doesn't forget, and it definitely doesn't forgive easily. At the same time, skeptics pushed back hard. They reminded everyone how fake leaks, AI voices, and manipulated audio had fooled millions before. Some fans accused bloggers of exploiting tragedy for clicks. Comment sections turned ugly. Accusations flew in every direction. You're defending a liar. You're chasing clout. The divide grew sharper by the hour, splitting fan bases and even families who couldn't agree on what to believe. According to the sensational narrative, Beezy allegedly began watching reaction videos himself, unable to look away. Each pause, each theory felt like another weight added to his chest. One imagined scene shows him shaking his head, muttering that none of this was supposed to come back like this. Panic, real or perceived, became the central theme of the story. And panic reads loud, even when no words are spoken. Mo3's fans responded with raw emotion. Candle emojis flooded timelines again. Old tribute videos resurfaced. Grief mixed with anger, and anger searched for somewhere to land. Some fans claimed closure was finally near. Others warned that chasing theories could reopen wounds that never healed properly. Still, the momentum didn't slow. If anything, it intensified. Then came the rumors of legal movement. In this exaggerated retelling, anonymous accounts claimed lawyers were monitoring the situation closely. No filings. No confirmations. Just enough ambiguity to keep everyone watching. That uncertainty fueled more fear, more clicks, more dramatic speculation. Fans refreshed pages nonstop, waiting for anything to drop. One thing was clear in the online narrative: no one felt safe from the fallout. Beezy's silence was interpreted 100 different ways. Mo3's name trended again, tied to theories instead of memories. And the internet, hungry as ever, sensed there was more coming. Because in stories like this, the first leak is never the last, and the calm before the next storm can be even louder than the chaos itself. The atmosphere online had shifted from speculation to obsession. In this dramatized storyline, the alleged jailhouse call was no longer treated like a leak. It was treated like a confession by people who had already made up their minds. Fans are shocked at how quickly narratives harden on the internet, and this was no exception. Every pause in the audio, every muffled word, every breath was now being analyzed like courtroom evidence, even though no courtroom had weighed in at all. According to the exaggerated version spreading across rap news pages, Yella Beezy's inner circle began shrinking fast. Where there used to be laughter and confidence, now there was tension. People spoke in fragments, avoiding full sentences, as if words themselves were dangerous. One imagined scene describes a longtime associate finally snapping, asking, "Why does it feel like everybody waiting on something bad to happen?" That question hung heavy, because nobody could answer it without admitting fear. Online new insiders suddenly appeared. Anonymous accounts claimed they knew what really happened, who talked to who, and what was supposed to go down. Screenshots with no context went viral. Voice notes with unverifiable sources were treated like gospel. Emotions ran high as fans argued over which version of the story sounded more believable. In this world, truth didn't matter nearly as much as which narrative felt more dramatic. Mo3's supporters felt the weight of it all differently. In this fictionalized retelling, some fans said they finally felt heard, like years of unanswered questions were forcing their way into the open. Others felt uncomfortable, worried that turning pain into entertainment crossed a line. One imagined comment that went viral read, "Justice shouldn't sound like gossip." That single sentence sparked thousands of replies, proving just how divided the audience had become. Behind the scenes, the story claims Beezy's family felt the pressure the hardest. Loved ones allegedly argued about what the right move was. One side believed silence was survival. The other feared silence looked like guilt. A dramatized argument describes a family member saying, "They already decided who you are. You gotta fight back." Another replied, "And make it worse?" The family was left divided, torn between protecting their own and protecting their future. As days blurred together, the internet began crafting timelines that stretched back years. Old beefs were reframed as motives. Coincidences were labeled as clues. In this exaggerated universe, nothing was random anymore. Fans replayed interviews where Beezy laughed off rumors, now asking if that laughter meant confidence or denial. Every old moment was rewritten with new meaning, whether it deserved it or not. At the same time, backlash grew against the blogs themselves. Some viewers accused channels of exploiting tragedy, turning a real loss into a never-ending drama series. Others defended the coverage, saying silence had protected powerful people for too long. The clash spilled into live-stream debates, where voices were raised and moderators struggled to keep control. Fans are shocked at how quickly entertainment turned into moral warfare. One particularly dramatic rumor claimed a second call existed. No proof, no audio, just whispers. But whispers were enough. In this narrative, that possibility alone sent panic through comment sections. People asked why one leak would stop there. If one voice got out, what else could surface? The tension spiked instantly, and speculation reached levels that bordered on hysteria. In this retelling, Beezy is said to have confronted someone he once trusted, demanding to know if they talked. The imagined exchange was heated, full of accusation and betrayal. "I kept you close," he allegedly said. "You knew everything." Whether real or imagined, fans latched onto the idea that betrayal, not truth, was the real threat. And betrayal always makes a better story. Meanwhile, Mo3's name continued trending, not attached to music or memories, but to theories and arguments. Some fans expressed exhaustion, saying the constant drama reopened wounds that never healed. Others insisted this discomfort was necessary, that uncomfortable conversations lead to accountability. Emotions ran high on both sides, and neither was willing to back down. By now, the alleged panic surrounding Beezy had become a character of its own in the story. Every delayed post, every cancelled appearance, every quiet moment was framed as fear. Supporters argued that anyone would feel pressure under this level of scrutiny. Critics said pressure exposes truth. The gap between those viewpoints only widened. As this phase of the saga ended, one thing became clear in the dramatized narrative: control was gone. No statement could satisfy everyone. No silence could stop the theories. The internet had built a machine powered by suspicion, and it wasn't slowing down. With rumors of more leaks, more receipts, and more fallout swirling nonstop, fans sensed the story wasn't nearing its conclusion. It was setting the stage for its most explosive moment yet. The energy online felt almost unrecognizable. In this heavily dramatized, rumor-fueled narrative, what started as a single leaked call had now become a full-blown spectacle. Fans are shocked at how fast the conversation moved from "is this real?" to "what happens next?" The internet wasn't waiting for answers anymore. It was demanding outcomes, even if they were imagined. According to the exaggerated storyline circulating across rap news pages, the pressure surrounding Yella Beezy allegedly peaked when whispers of a public response began spreading. Some claimed a statement was coming. Others insisted it was being blocked at the last second. In this retelling, every hour without a response felt louder than the last. Supporters grew anxious, critics grew impatient, and the silence became its own form of drama. One viral theory claimed Beezy wanted to speak, but was being advised not to. Another said he was waiting for the right moment to flip the narrative. Fans argued endlessly over which version sounded more believable. In this world, perception mattered more than proof. Panic, whether real or projected, was now inseparable from his name. Behind the scenes, at least as blogs imagined it, the emotional toll was heavy. The story describes sleepless nights, constant phone calls, and tension that never fully left the room. One dramatized moment shows Beezy staring at his phone, scrolling through comments accusing him of things that were never proven, shaking his head and saying, "They don't even know me." That single imagined line became symbolic for supporters who felt he was being tried by public opinion alone. At the same time, Mo3's supporters reached a breaking point. In this fictionalized retelling, many felt torn between wanting accountability and wanting peace. Some fans expressed that the constant speculation felt like reliving loss over and over again. Others argued that discomfort was unavoidable when truth, real or perceived, hovered so close. Emotions ran high, and no side felt fully heard. The family was left divided once again, according to the narrative. On Beezy's side, loved ones allegedly worried about long-term damage, not just to reputation, but to mental health. On Mo3's side, family members were imagined grappling with the feeling that their grief had become content. Both sides, in this dramatized universe, felt trapped by a story they couldn't control. As the internet waited for a final twist, another rumor surfaced, this time suggesting the leak may have been intentional. No evidence. No confirmation. Just speculation that someone wanted chaos. That idea spread fast, because it gave the drama a villain beyond the artists themselves. Fans debated betrayal versus coincidence, asking who benefits most from confusion. In sensational stories, motive is everything. Reaction channels capitalized on the uncertainty, framing every update like a cliffhanger. "This could change everything," became the most repeated phrase. Comment sections filled with countdowns, predictions, and emotional pleas. Fans are shocked at how invested they became. Then came the anticlimax that no one expected. Nothing happened. No statement. No arrest. No confirmation. Just more waiting. In this retelling, that absence became the loudest moment of all. Some fans felt manipulated. Others felt relieved. Many felt exhausted. The internet thrives on endings, and this story refused to give one. Supporters of Beezy declared the silence proof that rumors were empty. Critics argued that silence only protected power. Mo3's fans remained divided, unsure whether to disengage or keep pushing. The story didn't resolve. It lingered, like smoke after a fire that may or may not have burned at all. In the end, this dramatized saga left behind more questions than answers. Was the call real? Was it fake? Was panic genuine, or projected by an audience hungry for drama? No one truly knew. But one thing was clear in this exaggerated retelling. Once a narrative escapes into the internet, it stops belonging to the people at the center of it. And as timelines slowly moved on to the next headline, the echoes remained. Proof that in the world of viral rap news, the loudest stories aren't always the truest ones, but they're always the hardest to escape. Now it's on you. After hearing everything that's been circulating, all the rumors, the alleged leaks, the panic, the silence, and the divided reactions, the biggest question is simple. What do you believe? Do you think this whole situation is being blown out of proportion by clout-chasing blogs and reaction channels? Or does the energy around this story feel different to you? Fans are shocked, emotions ran high, and the internet clearly isn't done arguing about it. Drop your thoughts in the comments right now. I want to know where you stand. Is Yella Beezy being unfairly dragged into a narrative built on speculation? Or do you think the leaked call, real or fake, opened doors that were never supposed to be opened? And how do you feel about Mo3's name being pulled back into the spotlight like this? Do stories like this bring people closer to the truth? Or do they turn real pain into entertainment? If you made it this far, make sure you hit that like button because it helps this video reach more people who want the full picture, not just quick headlines. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, because stories like this don't end when the video does. Updates can drop at any moment, and you don't want to miss what happens next. Turn on notifications so you're locked in when the next chapter breaks. Most importantly, keep the conversation respectful. This isn't just drama. It involves real people, real losses, and real emotions. But one thing's for sure, the internet never forgets, and stories like this always come back around. Stay tuned, stay alert.